Want a deck that filters for the perfect card every turn? Want to play a deck that plays out of its drop? Want to play a deck that allows you to look at your opponent's hand and pluck the secret rare right out of it? Then have I got a deck for you. Cell Perfection Surpassed on the front side says active main once per turn. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose one card among them, add it to your hand, shuffle your deck, and if you added a card to your hand, choose one in your hand, place it in the drop area. It's a Surge leader, which has Awaken Surge for 1 green and 1 yellow, untap 2, draw 2. On the Awaken side, he says, Active Battle, once per turn. If your life is at 4 or less, choose one card under this card, place it in the drop area. Until the start of your next main phase, if your opponent plays a battle card, it is played in rest mode. Or, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, KO it, then choose one card in your opponent's hand, and place it in the drop. Cell excels at looking for his perfect combo pieces and putting them in the drop and or taking cards of his choice out of your opponent's hand. The main combo of this deck involves Cell Android Absorber and Quick Sweep Android 17, along with any Android 18. For this deck, we chose to play Perfection's Prey, but if you don't want to shell out for the expensive card, you can play any 3-drop Android 18. We need Quick Sweep Android 17 and Cell Android Absorber in our drop, which is easy to accomplish due to our leader's skill. Quick Sweep Android 17 says, if you have a Cell card in play, increase this card's energy cost by 2, and active main, if there are no cards in your battle area, for 1 green we can play this card from our drop area. Android Absorber says, if a leader card is a Cell and the only cards in our battle area are Android 17 cards, for 1 green we can play it from our drop, and then our opponent chooses one card in their hand and places it in the drop area. Also, when this is removed from the battle area by a skill, choose one Android 18 with energy cost of 3 and play it with its skills negated for the duration of the turn. So what we're going to do is pay 1 green to put Android 17 in play, then play another green to play Android Absorber, both from our drop area. Then we'll Successor them away for a 6, allowing us to put the Android 18 in play, which we can then use to Successor for a 9. This is how we make most of our plays in our deck and is the combo we need to get to immediately. Once our combo comes out, we will go into our 6-drop Successor, Cell Devourer of the Masses. It has Successor for 6, 1 green, 1 yellow. Auto, when you play this card with Successor, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and KO it. Then your opponent chooses one card in their hand and places it in the drop area. The reason we are using this 6-drop Successor is that not only can it out any of our problems, but it's much more difficult for our opponent to remove due to the fact that if they remove it, we get to draw 3 cards. For 9-drop Successors, we are playing 2 Super 17 Hellstorm Unleashed. It has Critical, Successor 9 for 2 green and 1 yellow. When you play this card, choose cards in your opponent's life and place them in the drop area until they have 4 left. When this card attacks, draw 1 card, then choose up to 2 of your opponent's cards and switch them to rest mode. If our opponent is staying at 8 life, we are going to use this one in order to crit them down to 4. If they are self-awakening, or if for some reason we have had to damage them already, we are going to go into Cell Unthinkable Perfection, which has triple strike, Successor for 1 green, 1 yellow, and 2 anything. Auto, if your leader card is an Android card, when you play this card with Successor, your opponent reveals their hand, choose up to 3 battle cards on their hand, place them in their drop area. Then choose up to one of your opponent's leader cards and negate its non-keyword skills for the duration of the turn. So not only does Cell allow us to pluck any 3 battle cards of our choice out of our opponent's hand, be they secret rares or super combos, but it also negates the leader and has triple strike, so it's a good way to finish off our opponent through a lot of the protection effects. We're also playing for our secret rare, Cell Xeno Unspeakable Abomination, which has quadruple strike, ultimate, deflect, and Successor 12 for free, so we don't have to pay any energy to put it in play, just get rid of 12 costs worth of battle cards. Auto, if you have 5 or more energy when you play this card, choose up to 3 cards in your opponent's hand, place them in the drop area, and this card gains dual attack for the duration of the turn. This is easily one of the most powerful finishers in the game, and it's very easy to accomplish and easy to search out with our leader's skill. Since our leader forces us to discard a card every turn, we're going to want to have multiple cards we can play from the drop area. we're going to play two of the new Rebriand Punishing Passion, which for green in our drop area, if our leader is green, we can warp it to choose two cards. Your opponent chooses two cards in their hand, placed in their drop area. We're also going to play three copies of Great Ape Goku Saiyan Instincts, which for two anything, we can warp it in our drop to draw two cards. Lastly, we're going to play two copies of Master Roshi Kamehameha Origins, which in our drop, we can warp it for one green to add any green extra card from our drop to our hand. This is going to assure that all of our discards off of our cell effects will net us advantage, and also that we can gain advantage after we surge. In order to help us Successor easier, we're also going to play some other cards to help us with our combos. We're going to play 3 Super Saiyan Broly All-Out Assaults, and a rival for green-yellow that has the ability Auto. When you play this card, choose one battle card energy cost greater than or equal to your opponent's current energy and KO it, or draw one card, then choose up to one of your opponent's card and switch it to rest mode. This has many uses, including switching our opponent's energy to rest mode or KOing large threats, but it can also be used to quickly put in a 6-drop in order to make our 9 successors easier. We're also going to play Super 17, Hellfighter 17, the Neutralizer, which is a counterplay that costs 1 less on our opponent's turn. When you play this card or it's placed in the drop area from a battle area by a skill, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, negate its skills for the duration of the turn. This card can out a lot of cards that normally we can't deal with, like the Invoker Secret Rare and anything with Triple Strike that we need to stop. We're also going to play 3 copies of Son Gohan Master and Pupil, which is a 3-drop that has active main for 1. Send this card from your hand to your warp. The end of your opponent's next turn, play this card and choose up to 2 cards in your life and add them to your hand. Not only is this a 1-cost 3-drop we can play for our successor effects, but if our opponent is trying to stall us out, it can help us add cards from our life to our hand to net more advantage. For negates, we are going to play 2 copies of For the Greater Good, which we can also activate from the drop area, so we can discard it with our leader effect. We're also going to play 1 copy of Shocking Death Ball and 2 copies of Time Magic, in order to have the ability to negate even if we are tapped out. The reason we want to play 1 Shocking Death Ball still is so we can grab it back with Master Roshi Kamehameha Origins. For additional defensive options, we're going to play 2 Giant Ball, a new counterplay that says when a card is played, you may choose it and switch it to rest mode, then draw 1 card. So it's basically just a better Crusher Ball that can't get around barrier. We're also going to play 2 copies of Slumber Strike, which if our leader card is green, we can either KO 1 battle card with greater than or equal to our opponent's energy, or choose 1 battle card energy cost 3 or less and KO it. This is another useful thing we can get back off our Kamehameha Origins. Lastly, we are going to play split super combos, 2 Pargus, which allows us to draw 2 and then warp a card, allowing us to get through our deck faster and find our combo pieces, and 2 Dr. Gero, which not only is a green-yellow for our Broly arrival, but allows us to send any green or yellow battle card with energy cost of 4 or less from our deck to the drop, so we can either use it to get a piece of our combo that we're missing, or to send a Great Ape Goku or Rebriand to either draw 2 cards or discard 2 cards of our opponents, respectively. Cell Perfection Surpassed is a powerful combo deck, and while linear, it makes up for it with consistency and utility. Go out there and try Cell for yourself. Like, subscribe, and please check out the Patreon below. As always, go out there, play some Super, and have some fun. Hey all you Super players out there, just a quick thing with a little opportunity here. I ordered these plus 5k minus 5k tokens, and I'm selling them at $6 for 10. You can request them either through messaging me on Patreon, Facebook, or on YouTube. I'll put links to all those in the description. When they come out, they look like this. Very high quality, good picture quality. They're sturdy. They're not going anywhere. But yeah, if you're interested in those, hit me up on any of those sources. It's $6 for 10. That includes shipping. Or if you're a $5 Patreon this month, or probably any month going forward until I run out of them, you'll get a set for free. So Either hit up the Patreon, become a $5 subscriber, you'll also be in the giveaway this month, or hit me up on one of the links in the description and you can get your own set.